Hey folks, Carl here, and welcome to this episode that we are doing for the Revell Snow Speeders. Before we start with the video, I've got a little something I'd like to highlight that Paul and Lee from International Scale Modelers and UMP. There's a little cause that they are supporting, and it's for Models for Heroes. Now, I'll put all the links for Models for Heroes in the description, and basically it is a charity for ex and serving military personnel to help them with things like PTSD and any other problems or issues they're having. Now, this is a good cause. Obviously it's close to all our hearts because it involves modelling. So what is going on is, at the moment, ISM are having a collection of any money you can spare, donate, anything from £1 upwards, whatever it is that you can afford. Like I say, the links will be here. If you follow them, go make a donation. Now, something else that's happening, ISM hold a weekly Friday night show with the live crew, but they also have hangouts every day, so there's like a hangout crew as well. Now, all the guys from the live show and from the daily hangouts are all donating some kits, because the guys at ISM, at the end of every month, they have an auction, and at the end of this month, on the 30th, they are going to be having an auction for Models for Heroes. Now, I think at the moment there's about 20 kits. They're not looking for you to send them kits or anything like that. They just come along, watch the Friday night show, and if you can spare it, make some bids on some kits. Now, for the most part, we know what these kits are worth, but we're hoping that people will dig that little bit deeper and pay that little bit more. So I've donated a kit as well. If you want to see what it is, come along and watch the show. And that's it for this message. It's a great cause, well worth supporting, and any help you can give will be superb. So let's get on with building these Revell Snow Speeders. Well, actually, Air Speeders modified for, as you'll see, World War II. Hey folks, Carl here, and it's a little side project I've been doing. Now, you saw the Millennium Falcon and the TIE Advance that we did, so they're still selling off the cheap Revell kits in Hobbycraft, so I went and got a couple of Air Speeders that have been modified for the snow. And I got two, so I built them all up because I don't think you need to see them built. They're pretty simple and basic, and I plan to do something a little bit different with these. I plan to do them in a diorama, but they'll both be in flight, and one will be attacking the other. So I'm recording it. I don't know whether I'm going to actually show the video or not. We'll see how it turns out. So I'm going to get this lot primed in the UMP black, and we'll show you what we have planned. So I shall start spraying, and I shall talk to you momentarily. Okay folks, so here we are. We have them painted up in RAF colours here. The camouflage is still to do on this, but there we are with the base colour. And the same for the Luftwaffe. The base colour is done. I've done them both sea grey underneath. So we now need to wait for these to dry, and then I need to add a camo to this, and I've not decided what to do with this yet. And these have arrived today from UMP, all these washes, so hopefully we'll be able to get some of these washes used on this. I don't know which one yet, but it'll be one of these ones. There's many to choose from. So there we are. So we'll let this lot dry and we shall be back. Okay folks, we are moving along with our RAF and our Luftwaffe Speeder. The primary colours are on and decals have been applied, so these are going to go on the bottom like so. So very much like a World War II plane, and same for this one. So yeah, we're coming along now. We're waiting for these to dry, and then because we've applied them with microset, and we've got about another 10-15 minutes for drying, and we're going on with a micro sol. Now I'm using these brushes, same as what Paul Bretland pointed out, and it made putting the decals on so much easier. So we've got micro set in brush number 1 and micro sol in brush number 2. So I'm waiting for these to dry. While we're waiting for those to dry, we are going to be getting on with the cockpit. So as you can see, we put the base colours down, and I'm now going to go over and a little bit of detail onto the dash with some of the brighter colours. So I'll carry on with this and we'll show you what we've got when we come back. Okay folks, we have painted up the cockpit and put a very slight wash on. Very roughly put in some colours and built up that dash, and we've just gone and painted a little bit of null oil in there just to take the glare off. So that is the cockpit for the Luftwaffe one, and you can see here we've fitted the RAF one. So this, now we are pretty much just waiting for the decals to dry. You can see that the decals have started to go into the shape of the panel lines. So a few more rub downs with it and we should be good to go. So I'm now on waiting time with this stuff, so I shall be back shortly. We'll get this fitted into there. Oh, we've also gone and finished the men off, giving these a quick wash of null oil as well. Obviously there's not much detail in them there, so there are the pilots. There we have 4 of them in total. 2 green ones and 2 grey ones. The green ones are for the RAF and the grey ones are for the Luftwaffe. So we shall cut these out and get these guys into the cockpits as well. So, and then we can start accenting the panel lines, especially on the bottom. We'll get some of the UMP wash into here. So I will wait for this stuff to dry and we'll be back shortly and finish it off. Okay folks, before we go and put the canopies on, we put the men in, or shall we say the pilots. So I thought I'd give you a quick look at this before we cover them up with the canopies. And you see how they are sitting in there, because once the canopy's on, yeah, you're going to still be able to see them, but it's not going to be super clear because the windows aren't that big. And then we have these guys as well. They've gone in pretty well. So there we go. So talk to you shortly. Okay folks, we have our wash mix here, and all as we've done is we've taken UMP dark dirt and mixed it with a little UMP concrete, and we are giving it a little mix up, and it's just a little bit darker than the paint that's on there. You probably can't see it because of the shine on everything. There we go. It's just that little bit darker. So what we're going to do with this is we are quite literally just going to cover the whole thing and leave it to dry. So get that there, and we are literally just going to paint it on like so, and just on camera. So literally we're just going to literally cover the whole thing and then leave it to dry. Same for this. So again, we are literally just going to drown the whole thing on camera, of course. So to one side. And there we go. We'll leave those to dry, but leave those. Nope. So we will now give those 20 minutes to dry, and we shall come back and get them wiped down. So see you in a moment. Okay folks, these are as good as dry. Now I've done one, and it's come out reasonably well. It's just a very slight accent in the panel lines. So all as we've done is, now this is dry, let's get a little bit of water, get our little bit of rag, get it damp, not soaking wet, and it's just a matter of wiping that clay based wash off nice and gently. as you can see, we wipe that top layer off and we are leaving just that wash inside the panel lines, and it's looking pretty good. And there we have it. Got a little bit more in there. I'll probably try and get out because we don't want these to be weathered to the point where they're dirty. We want them reasonably clean. And there we have it. Zoom in a little bit more. And you can just make out where it's accenting the panel lines. So, pretty happy with those. It's come out reasonably well. So I'm going to go and finish cleaning these up and get these extra bits out, like here. Get some more of this out of here and in these grooves. So I shall be back shortly. Okay folks, we are going to now apply a sand coloured wash from UMP onto the RAF one to see if we can get the panel lines on this to accentuate. So, same process, we are literally just going to cover the whole model with the sand. So there we go, we now need to let that dry. Okay folks, this is now dry, so we are going to get, again, a rag, a little bit of water, and we're going to start taking the stuff off exactly the same way, and just start rubbing away, taking all that excess off. So I am going to get this done. You don't need to see me wiping all this off, because getting in the crooks and nannies takes quite a bit of time. So I'll carry on. As soon as it's done, I'll come and show you. Talk to you in a moment. Okay folks, that is that one for the most part cleaned up. Those panel lines are sticking. We've still got to get right into there and clean up along these edges. We need to tone back some of these lines a little bit. So, and the cockpit is on. We've also gone ahead and completed the Luftwaffe one as well. So, oh, wrong way. So, again, we still need to get inside these parts and clean up a bit more in there. And we've gone and attached the bottoms. Let's come out. So we are getting almost complete, so I'm going to go away and carry on cleaning these up a little bit more, and we will be right back. Okay folks, that is now as good as we are going to get it. The canopies are on, so all we need to do now is get a matte coat on this and then pose them how we want them in a display. And I'm thinking that we are going to have both on the same diode, and we're going to have the RAF style speeder attacking the Luftwaffe one, coming in from behind or something like that. Yeah. So I will get these matte coated, look at how we're going to do the diorama and get a base done, and I'll show you when we're done, so be back in a moment. Okay folks, we are now ready for some matte coat. So I am going to be using Alclad 2 clear coat, and as you can see this stuff really does separate, so I'm going to give this a good shake up, make sure it's all mixed in and proper. Almost there. So that's that shaken up and ready. We'll put that on after. Right, so I'm going to find my mask and put that on, and we'll be right back. Okay folks, we are ready, and as you can hear I have my mask on. So as always, the spraying part I'm going to speed up because my compressor is quite noisy. So here we go. Okay folks, there we go, those are now matte coated. A little bit more onto this one. We shall now allow those to dry. So once it's dry, we'll come back and see how well this matte coat's gone on. Talk to you in a moment. Hey folks, so these are now complete, and we have completed the matte coat, and they are dry and ready to be mounted to a base. Now so we've done RAF and German, so we want obviously these in some sort of pose on a diorama, and we want one attacking the other. So do we want the Germans attacking the RAF or the other way around? So we'll have a think about that. So how are we going to mount these? We are going to mount them on this. Now this won't be staying green, this will go black. I've painted some cheap green acrylic paint on just so I don't waste so much black soak into the wood, and we are going to be mounting these on little steel bars. So I'm going to drill holes, one at the front, and then we have another one here which I've put a bend in, and we're going to put that at the back, and we're going to have the ship, the speeder, sort of angled like so, swooping down into attack position on this one that's sitting down here. So I am going to go and drill some holes in here for these metal bars, and we'll get them fixed in. We're going to be using a bit of impact glue. So I will be right back. Okay folks, that is that drilled out and these bars put in place. Now this one that we've angled slightly and out and slightly forward, so this we're going to have the RAF speeder sitting like, if we put it down on the side there, you can see it a bit better. I'll have this one on here angled like so, and then this one will be on here like so. So this one looks like it's swooping in, attacking this one. So I just now need to let this glue dry, and then we can spray this up all black. While we're doing that, I will prep the holes here in order to get these into the model, and then we'll look at how we're going to get it to stay there. So once that's all done, sprayed up and ready to go, we'll be back. Talk to you shortly. Okay folks, while I am waiting for this stuff to dry, I've drilled the holes in the bottom of these ships, and I've done a test fit. Nothing's glued down, and obviously the base still needs to be painted. I just thought I would show you what it is that we're looking to get. So it's going to look something like this. Let me get this camera off of here. Let me get my bench, it is minging. So unplug that, and there, that is the sort of effect we are looking for. Move that around. Just like that. So I'm going to stop recording now and be patient this time and wait for the glue to dry, not just get on with it. So I shall talk to you shortly. This will be finished, so we'll reveal it when we come back. So talk to you shortly. Hey folks, so we are complete, and as you can see we're at a different angle, so we can take a look at this completed snow speeder diorama. So we'll bring it across. So, as you can see, we have mounted both on a little bit of steel rod, which is just this stuff, steel. We've added some static grass to the base, a little bit of gravel on there as well, and we just attached it with a bit of PVA. As you can see, it's still a little bit wet. I think see underneath it's just a little hole drilled in, and we use some of the Evo stick contact adhesive to glue those in on both of them, and we put them into a fight scene. We decided to put the RAF, or the British snow speeder, attacking the German Luftwaffe. So quite a good angle we've got there. So that is that now complete. So I will get some proper pictures taken with a good camera on a proper background rather than just on the bench, and those will be posted up onto Facebook and other places. So, as always, thank you very, very much for watching. Keep making models, be good, be safe, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.